Just first of all, KD, you look more comfortable than I've ever seen you look. Did you feel that way in the opener?
Yes, sir. Coming since the spring, just knowing that being quarterback number one, being the leader of this team, it gave me a great confidence going into week number one. So I'm hoping to carry it over to, this week right here and the following weeks.
Quentin, tell us about defensively. You guys, I thought, did a really good job for the most part. Kept them out of the end zone until the 2s and 3s started coming in. Did you notice the difference of improvement this season?
Yes, sir. I mean, we playing faster. We know what we're supposed to do, and we can react faster to the ball and react faster as a defense.
As far as Zach Dean, he was a guy that kind of stood out. He really elevated his game, didn't he? Tell us about playing with him this season, too.
I mean, Zach is a big motivator. I mean, just seeing him make plays like that and not being able, to do that. Not saying he couldn't do it last year, but he doing it more this year is a big motivation because I see that now our D-line is being available to get to the quarterback. So I think that's a big improvement.
After checking the film, what were the coaches most happy with on the defensive side of the ball?
Everybody was swarming to the ball. Like 11 guys on defense getting to the ball. No matter where the ball was at, 11 guys are swarming to the ball.
And what did they tell you need to do better?
Just come down and feel the air a little faster, being able to react towards the ball a little faster.
Guys, just talk to me a little bit about what you guys have already seen on tape out of NIU, and what do you guys expect this weekend?
Defensively, we see, they're giving us a lot of looks that we practiced before going against our own defense. So we have a few things that we're comfortable. We're going to go into the game. We feel comfortable doing. And just being able to see those same looks that we saw since the springtime. Seeing Coach Boone's new defense. Do some of the similarities of the same things that the NIU defense is going to give us Saturday. That just plays a big role in, the confidence level with us going into Saturday.
And offensively, they look balanced. They look like they can pass the ball, they can run the ball, move the ball in a lot of different ways. What do you see out of their offense?
I mean, right now we focus on stopping the run because we feel like secondary-wise we can always keep the ball in front of us and react and tackle the ball in front of us. But right now we just focusing on the run. We ain't making a big game plan, change, because it's all about tackling with us. We can get them on the ground and we line up, play the next play.
Talk to me a little bit about Janowski's return. Obviously, Jeremy showed out last week, played really well. Now you have one of your top weapons back. What is that going to be like as far as seeing those weapons kind of spread out all over the field?
It helps with the confidence level tremendously. Having Janowski back along with Jeremy, both of those guys outside. You throw in your Jesse Blackburn, Paul Rice, Mitch Stoltz, and even Dominique Rhymes and Jordan Gandy outside. All those guys are being. Now we just added another playmaker. Just being able to see those guys with the ball in their hand. Pokey Harris touching the ball one time, taking it 80 yards for a touchdown. Just being able to get all of those guys the ball in their hand is just special.
Katie, you've played in these games against FBS opponents before. Do you have to approach it with a different kind of attitude?
You want to think about it as playing a bigger opponent or whatever, but it's still going to be Saturday. It's going to be college football, and Saturday we're just going to be playing football. You really can't overthink it. Just another Saturday going out to play the game of football.
UNLV played NIU pretty closely on Saturday. In fact, NIU had a rally to beat them. Just by seeing the final score, does that give you guys some confidence heading into Saturday?
Oh, yes, sir. Knowing that points can be put up on these guys, knowing that their defense, they're not, the Alabamas and Ohio States of the football world. We're just going to come out, like I said, and play football. We're not playing anybody too special, too spectacular. Those guys, they bleed just like we bleed, and they put their pants on just like we do. So, just going to go in with our head held high and just going in swinging, trying to come out of DeKalb, Illinois with a victory.
Okay.
I was wanting to ask Katie just about one specific. I think it may have been the third quarter, could have been early fourth. Drew Rutland, the freshman, throw him a ball, he drops it. However, instead of going out there and popping him in the head or ignoring him, you came right back at him. Was that by design, or he just happened to be the guy open?
He just happened to be the guy open, and it was just my read, With Drew, he's a true freshman playing behind Jesse Blackburn, I came back, the first play, we were trying to milk some clock, run some time off the scoreboard. I threw it out there to Drew, he dropped the first one. I'm thinking, oh man, Coach Stewart wanted me to run some time off. I should have ran the ball. And, just knowing that he's a true freshman, just coming back to him, knowing that I could trust Drew, making that catch. Everybody has a drop ball every once in a while. Just going back and giving it to him, it was just me just believing in him.
And you guys both addressed this. I think it's a 7-hour bus ride. What's the good part, or is there a good part about a 7-hour bus ride up there?
We get to watch some good movies on the way up there and on the way back.
Who selects the movies?
Offensive, Coach Stewart. Coach Stewart usually picks some good movies.
All right.
I'm not sure about defense, but I think it's just a good time for team bonding. We get out of Murray and just see what we're about as a team, bond, talk about the game, focus-wise.
Quentin, this one's for you. What did you notice did you notice anything about the tackling there in the first game against Kentucky Wesleyan? Because that was kind of a point of emphasis coming into the season. Did you notice any positive things about the defense and the tackling?
Yeah, we tackle better. I mean, that's one of the big things Coach Boone coached about, tackling the ball, getting to the ball. So I'm pretty sure one of us would have missed the tackle. It was 10 other guys coming to get to that tackle. So I think it was a big improvement as tackling-wise.
My last question, and this is for both of you guys. Obviously, you guys had 5 or 6 scoring drives that were really quick, 2 minutes or less, 2.5 minutes or less. You had one drive that was 4.5 minutes. Still, though, you guys got to come out and show some of that clock burning method that Coach Stewart has talked a little bit about in the preseason. Offensively and defensively, how much better has that been for you guys to be able to take some time off the clock and really help pace the offense, keep the defense off the field?
Well, I feel like just being able to just stay out there and then just keep them from getting down there is a big improvement on the clock, because we help the offense in several situations when it comes to that, keeping the clock, this and that, So I feel like we just always have to just manage the clock and help our offense, get our offense in a position where they can do what they need to do.
It's big, with us being a up-tempo team. We may score in 30 seconds, but we don't want to keep putting our defense on the field back to back to back. With having some quick scoring drives. So, some drives we may have to, go to 3-4 minutes just to give our defense time to get back together and get all their adjustments put together or whatnot. And that like you said, it's been a big point of emphasis over this off season with, taking a little time off the clock. Going under center, as you saw. Doing a few things. Just to get a defense a little break, because, we play so fast sometimes that, those guys, they really don't get too much of a break on the sideline.